Good evening, and thank you so much for coming to the 2014 Blackstone Millville Regional All-District Concert. My name is Mickey Ireland. I'm the newest member of the instrumental music faculty here at Blackstone Millville, along with Mr. Schaefer. I do 5th and 6th grade band, and also do the woodwind sectionals for the 7th and 8th grade band, and also, many of you might know me from the high school marching band. I also do a high school woodwind choir. The ensemble that you have in front of you right now is the 6th grade band. These are students who are in their 2nd year of playing an instrument, and they have made the transition from beginner band last year at their 2 elementary schools, where they had 1 group lesson per week and 1 full band per week, and then 1 concert at the end of the year. And then they've made the jump over to Hartnett Middle School, and now they have the luxury of having band every day for about 50 minutes, and we've got a really exciting program for very different pieces that I think you're gonna love. The first song tonight is, I think, the band's at least favorite or 2nd favorite. Every time I ask them to take it out so we can rehearse it, there's a lot of fist bumping and high-fiving, unlike some of the other songs that we have on the program. The name of the song is Year of the Dragon, and it, as you might guess, kind of evokes the music of the Orient, and things like whole tone scales and pentatonic scales, and lots of fun percussion, lots of great melodies for all sorts of different instruments. We think you really enjoy it. So this is Year of the Dragon. Maybe by the 4th song, I'll figure that very complicated concept of the on-off switch. The 2nd song in our program, it could not be more different from Year of the Dragon, way less in your face. It's called Morning Mist, and it kind of taps into that sentimental, expressive side of playing a wind instrument. A lot of soft, sustained sounds, a lot of different tone colors. As the name implies, just think of like sunrise, the morning mist, and really touches the expressive side of what these students are starting to be capable of. So this is by Robert Sheldon. It's a beautiful piece called Morning Mist. Two pieces, wow. The next two pieces on the program are quite exciting. This next one is by American composer Jared Spears. Starts out with a soft, kind of mysterious introduction, and then goes into really kind of up-tempo, exciting piece that has lots of different, passes the melody around from the clarinets to the low brass to the trumpets. It's got a lot of really fantastic percussion parts to keep everyone excited. Funny little story about it. When I was trying to pick pieces for the 6th grade band for them to play on their spring concert, I came across this piece, which is actually entitled Roaring River Overture. That's the name of the song that's actually on their music. But I was looking at another piece called Black Forest Overture, but it wasn't a good piece for our band. And but over the last month and a half, for some reason, I've just decided that this piece is Black Forest Overture. So we'll have rehearsal and I'll say, all right guys, Black Forest Overture, and I'll get these looks of befuddlement, like, Mr. Ireland, what are you talking about? Do you mean Roaring River Overture? Oh yeah, that one. So they all said that if I called this by mistake, if I called it Black Forest Overture, they would give me a hard time and yell at me. So I just decided to just come clean that I really don't know the name of the song that we're about to play. I think it's Roaring River Overture, and I hope you enjoy it. Before we play the last piece on our program, there are some people that I absolutely have to thank. And of course, I'd like to thank Mr. Buddy Bebo, the Director of Music, and Blackstone Millville. Of course, he's a legend, and many of us are sad that he'll be retiring at the end of the year. But none of what you see would be possible without him. And as a first-year teacher, I've really benefited from his mentorship and advice and guidance. Really couldn't have done it without him. And also, I'm really thankful that he hired me. I also like to thank Mr. Todd Schaefer, who helps me out with the 6th grade band. He'll cover the band when I'm doing a woodwind sectional. He'll do the brass sectionals for the 6th grade. And I've learned a lot from him in this first year. And then especially I'd like to thank Mr. Justin Cameron, the principal at Hartnett Middle School. We are so lucky, Mr. Schaefer and I, to be in a school where the kids get band every single day for 50 minutes. Not every other day, not twice a week, every single day, and we're so lucky for that. So I just want to really give a shout out to those 3 people, Mr. Bebo, Mr. Schaefer, and Mr. Cameron. Please give them a round of applause. The last song in our program is a really fun one. It's called The Curse of Tutankhamun, and as you might guess, it features music kind of from the Middle East and Egypt, and one thing you'll hear in there for those who are musically inclined is a use of harmonic minor scales. It follows a similar pattern to the Roaring River Forest Black Overture, in that it starts out slow and mysterious, and then we hit a fast tempo, and it's just fast, 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 fun all the way to the end. So thank you, you've been a great audience. Thank you for supporting your children's interest and love for music. And we do wish that those of you who are 6th grade band parents, please stay and hear the 7th grade band, the 8th grade band, and the 8th grade chorus. They all have fantastic programs lined up for you after we leave the stage. So thank you very much.
now we have the 7th grade band. The 7th grade band tonight is going to be playing one piece, but it has 4 movements. I ask that you don't clap in between the movements, even if we are that good where you're inspired to clap. If you can just save it all for the end and just have a thunderous applause. This is called The Hobbit.
spent 10 years as a 7th grade teacher, so I'm used to upstaging 7th graders. Hi, 7th grade. So I asked Mrs. Ryan helped me set this up. I think many of you know me. I'm Mr. Cameron. I'm the middle school principal. For 4 years, I have attended many concerts and many musical celebrations. And in those 4 years, I've had Mr. Schaefer and Mr. Arnold this year, Mr. Ireland, thank me. And oftentimes, their body of work goes unthanked, and the group, that is the adults that lead the program across the district, are adults who do not like the spotlight and don't like to be thanked, especially Mr. Bebo. Mr. Bebo, you had a concert, or you approved a concert on National Teacher Appreciation Day. It is the way its schedule falls. I love that it falls on National Teacher Appreciation Day, because I would like the 4 teachers to come out on stage for a second. Mr. Bebo, Mr. Schaefer, Mrs. Ryan, where's Mr. Ireland? So last year on this date, during the 2013 National Teacher Appreciation Day, all the teachers at the middle school received this hero t-shirt. Mr. Ireland was not a part of our staff, so I'd like to present this t-shirt to him. And Mr. Buddy Bebo is not officially a part of the middle school staff, but for many a year he has supported the music program at the middle school, and he has supported the middle school students as well. I just want to point out to the parents who may have never seen this t-shirt before, the reason why the word hero is inverted, because when you wear it in a mirror, that's how the kids see you, as their hero. And I just want to quickly comment on Mr. Schaefer and Mr. Bebo for a second, and the fact that when I have had an opportunity to really observe the students interacting with you, especially after a concert and such, I see this now with Mr. Ireland. I've always seen it with Mrs. Ryan, and she knows that. But the genuine love that both of you have for your students is mirrored their love for you. And that is the purest form of teaching, to inspire that learning. And all 4 of these individuals, these teachers have that, and that's pretty fantastic. Before I give the t-shirts over to Mr. Ireland and Mr. Bebo, I hope you might accept some advice from a young gentleman like myself. Ted Williams went through his whole career never tipping his hat at the legions of fans that he had. You need to, in the next couple months, tip your hat to all of these people.
I would be remiss if I didn't, even though he just thanked us, to turn it around, because what you see here and the ability we have to connect with these kids, a lot of that is done through Mr. Cameron's support. The fact that we have these kids in band every single day, which is not a very common thing across middle schools in Massachusetts, is a wonderful opportunity for these kids, obviously, to have a class every day that's nothing like anything else they do. And me as a teacher, to be able to teach this group of kids every single day. And like I said, that is only possible with Mr. Cameron. So if we can give Mr. Cameron a big round of applause. on February 2nd, we had 35 students from this school go to audition way up in northern Mass against 1,200 middle school kids from all over central Massachusetts for a select ensemble. And what they do is it's 7th grade and 8th grade competing all together by instrument. And we had 21 kids out of our school get accepted this year, which is the most we've ever had. Out of those 21, we had 4 7th graders get accepted. It's a huge accomplishment for anyone to get accepted because you're competing against 7th and 8th graders. But obviously, 7th graders to get accepted is just a wonderful thing. And it speaks to the talent that these 4 individuals have. We have a certificate that recognizes them for participating in Central District. I'd like to bring that up now. Haley Gervais from Barry Sachs. Cameron Cerundolo on alto sax. Lauren Raynon on trombone. Not only is it a huge accomplishment, to get in, I already made that clear. We actually had a 7th grader get the 2nd highest score on her instrument in all of Massachusetts, which is unbelievable. She was the co-principal trumpet in the orchestra. We have a plaque that acknowledges that she's co-principal trumpet, and this goes to Rebecca Saint-Amand. One more thing, I promise I'll bring the chorus up. Our Music Association, besides funding many of our after-school programs, one of the things they offer is scholarships. Not just senior scholarships, but scholarships to students that want to take their involvement in the music program to the next level and go out to a summer camp for music. It's not something that we have often, and I was so impressed this year by the number of middle school kids that applied for a scholarship. The Music Association gives out $5,000 in scholarships to seniors and undergraduates going to music camps. We did have someone in this band apply for a scholarship and get awarded a scholarship. It is a $250 scholarship, and it goes to Cameron Cerundolo. I should say the scholarship process to apply, the students have to fill out an application, and they have to write an essay about their experience in the music program and how the camp that they go to will enhance their musicality, their being as a musician, and help the music program get better. So that's how they apply for it, and Cameron was awarded one. So up next we have the 8th grade chorus. We're going to just give a quick setup change. Thanks.
I'm Mrs. Ryan, and this is the Hartnett Middle School Chorus. We're fresh back from our world tour, which we've had this week. We went to Boston. We came off the bus from Boston, and then some of us went to Central Districts, and then we finished that, and then we went to our cabaret Friday night, and then some of us got back on the bus and went to Districts on Saturday, and now we're here tonight. So we are really on a roll, and we're going to sing 2 songs for you tonight. One of them is called Welcome Home, and the second song is called Like an Eagle. And I think we are ready. Thank you. Not really sure what we had for lunch today, but we've had an enormous case of giggles today. I think we'll be okay now. I'd like to thank Mr. Cameron for his kind words earlier about our music department and our program, and I'd like to thank all you parents here that are supporting us, because you are a main reason why we are here, and your children are learning so much just by being in music programs. We teach a lot of things in school, but in the music department we teach self-esteem, and I don't know if any of you have ever tried to get up here and sing. I'm not going to do it, but the fact that they can even stand here is amazing.
Yeah, I have weak legs.
And Ben has weak legs. But it is a lot. It is a lot to do. But these are all characteristics that they will take into the world with them. And someday they will give that big presentation and have no problem, because they can get out here as 8th graders and do such things. The self-esteem is so important, and let's keep the arts going. I hope we always can. Now that said, our giggly little loquacious children, some of them tried out for districts, and it was very early in the year when we decided that we were going to do this sort of in Denver, and where there's no 6th grade or 7th grade chorus, these kids haven't sung in a long time. So we started working like little bees, and we're still talking. We started working like little bees sometime in September on our district songs, and auditions were in February, and these kids decided, only 5 of them decided to try out, mind you, but that's still a good amount of the group. Many more probably could have got in, because there's some beautiful voices in here. But out of the 5, 4 of our students made it. The one that didn't make it had an extremely high score. We're not really sure how she didn't get it, but she didn't get it. Anyhow, I'd like to recognize these students right now. First of all, our friend Ben Austin.
I would like to thank all the people that have helped me get this far. Mrs. Ryan, I couldn't have done this without her. Oh yeah. And my parents, because they drove me everywhere and stuff.
Thank you. I didn't expect a speech, but you never know what to expect with Ben. That was very kind of him. And next I'd like to, I would like to recognize Amanda Antitomaso, who is a soprano in we had one student that couldn't be here. A lot of our children are double booked, so forgive her, Rachel Santagate, that wanted to be here. I will give this to her tomorrow. She has a very important dance competition coming up, so she was unable to attend tonight. Rachel also is a soprano. And Mackenzie Gill, who spelled Mackenzie, S-I-E, on this. And if you knew how well the music department typed, you would not know, you'd understand why this happened, this typo. Mackenzie's an alto. Mackenzie. So once again, I'd like to thank you all. I'd love to thank this wonderful chorus. Keep singing. Boys, girls, keep doing it. I really, truly appreciate the fact that they really put their heart and soul into this year. Aww. You know, it's funny because we don't do this for ourselves, and it's weird to be recognized twice in one night. And you know, it really is, as Buddy says, it's all about the kids. But I have to thank you, because I really do like roses. Thank you, and happy Teacher Appreciation and Christmas Week. Let's rock. Thank you. Next out, Mr. Shaker, the 8th grade band. Thank you all for coming.
On stage now, we have the 8th grade band. We have 2 selections for this evening. This is the concert every year where I tend to pick more lighthearted music. Our first song is a little more lighthearted, as lighthearted as it's gonna get. It's called, and I did not come up with this title myself, Things That Go Bump in the Night. It's actually a combination of a few different songs that I'm sure many of you will recognize. Lighthearted selections. For those of you that aren't familiar with the 8th grade band room, screams happen like that all the time. Good screams. Before we play our second and last selection this evening, as you heard from the 7th grade band and the 8th grade chorus, the students that auditioned for districts, I would like to recognize now those 8th graders that were accepted, and we have quite a few of them. On bassoon, we had Madison Redchick. On trombone, we had Avery Dragan. On trumpet, we had Anita LaHue. On clarinet, we had Jocelyn Levitt. On trumpet, we had Lily Joliker. On clarinet, we had Abia Gillingham. On trumpet, we had Arthur Newsgration. On clarinet, we had Sarah Ducharme. On trombone, we had Ashley Dumas. On baritone, we had Andrew Lodge. And then we had 3 musicians in here that got the top scores on their instrument, much like Rebecca from a 7th grade band got the 2nd highest score. She was the principal chair. First of all, we have Elizabeth Strickers on French horn. Brian Turcott on tuba. And Matthew Maley on trombone. And just like we had Cameron receive a scholarship out of 7th grade, we have 3 students out of this band that were awarded scholarships. And as I said before, this is a wonderful thing for me as a band director to see that there's so many kids in the 7th and 8th grade band this year that were interested in taking their experience this year to the next level and joining the summer camp. We had one $500 scholarship award winner, which is called the Jim Casey Award. And that goes to Lily Joliker. We had a $300 scholarship award go to Brian Turcott. A $200 scholarship award going to Sydney Borelli. These summer music programs tend to be very expensive, and I just want to give a big thank you to the Music Association for giving students from this district a chance to help offset the cost. So if we can give a big round of applause to the Music Association. The last 12 years at this concert, I've talked about how I'm going to miss the 8th graders. I've enjoyed working with them. This year, I'm not going to miss them because I'm lucky enough this year that I actually get to accompany those 8th graders that are coming up to this school next year up here. And I feel so lucky because I've had such a great time with this group the last 2 years. I'm losing some, and I try to hold on to them, but I can't tell you how special this group is. To get gold 2 years in a row is no small feat, and I'm so thankful.